And welcome back to Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age Struggle for Freedom. I'm just making a quick trap to Rabanastra very quick because it's actually a reward I forgot to pick up from a while ago. And just as a side note to this, I do restock on potions, on high potions here because I remember there was a boss fight coming up next, the Elder Wyrm, and that boss was a pain in the ass. I'll get into more of him in a second. I was originally going to go after some of the hunts. Now that that I have Larsa in the party, not only that, but the rest of the units are at least within the mid-20s. I quickly find out that hunts like the Ringworm, for example, have a lot of health and it can dish out a lot of damage. I just didn't have the healing potency at the time. So I decided to. I'm simply deciding to just simply wait until I level up a few more times until I get some better equipment, etc., etc. And then I'll show, and then I can show off the videos of me going after those other hunts. Or at least one I feel is gonna be more manageable at that point in time. If one of them for me is gonna be too strong, then I'm just gonna simply come back for it later. Because, again, thankfully, these hunts that people post at town pubs or whatever, you can tackle them at any time. So that's always a good thing. In here we got like 1,000 gil, elfin bow, and the shell shield, which is nice because considering we already got heavy armor that grants protect. Because at that point, we already got a heavy armor that simply grants protect, and combine that with the shell shield, which I think I'm going to be doing in just a moment, because I believe I do. Just organizing my equipment there. Yes, I do. There we go. Giving him the shell shield, which I was a bit surprised. I actually have enough. I had enough. I unlocked the license plate required for it, considering that that's one of those shields that you don't generally get until much later in the game. But I'm glad I have it now, so at least Bosch can be, at least for the time being, auto protect and auto shell, so he can withstand damage a little bit better. Unfortunately, though, I do not use him for this battle because of which I'll get to in a second. I think the reason why I didn't use him in the battle is because I kind of want to save him as a last resort type of strategy. And of course, you didn't have like the best speed going into this, so I figured it. So then I figured I just probably use him to help me at least ease my way through. Now, because we did get the item required for this, we can actually go further into Golgore Jungle. Now, here's the thing. There are also these other creatures that were behind the barriers earlier. Hellhounds. I would advise you avoid them because they just deal way too much damage, and their blaster, I don't know if they know blaster or not, but they just deal anywhere between 700 to 1,500 damage per hit. And I think they can pretty much two-shot your whole party. So I wouldn't recommend going after them for the time being anyway. I would wait until you're at least in the 30s if you plan on taking them on. Especially if they come in packs too. That's the worst thing about them. They always come in packs. So I do try to show off at least one portion of the new area, which unfortunately came at the expense of me getting my ass kicked for a little bit. Although there is some treasure in there that you can go ahead and grab. Of course, if you want to avoid that area entirely, that area I'm about to enter in a second is completely optional. But again, I wouldn't recommend go there just yet. Unfortunately, though, I kind of wish I didn't follow my own advice and just why not explore it just to show it off. Yeah, you can get Princess Kiss, but then... but then, yeah, look at the damage output right there. Poor Larsa just got one-shotted.
Your luck.
And of course, this is me trying to escape from my life here. It's like, god damn. Run.
We cannot end this.
No, there's more.
At your best.
Yeah, thankfully because of Protect, I was actually able to live there. So I'm kind of glad I have the Auto Protect. I have the Auto Protect armor on, because otherwise I would have had to spend more resources to try to get my whole party back up.
I can't.
Alright, I do see 3 treasure chests, but are any of them worth it? Let's see here. They're waiting for it while my party heals up. Ether, okay. 186 gil, come on, you can do better than that. I think one of them was like a mage's hat from earlier. I believe that was also it, but I decided to then finally go on the correct pathway here. Now, you're not supposed to go down just yet, because it leads to an area that you're not quite leveled up for as of yet. Because where we're supposed to be going is to the right. Now, as far as the boss fight coming up, and it's going to be coming up in just a few minutes, the Elder Wyrm is a pain in the ass. If you thought that the other worm boss, the one that can just spam reflect over and over or something, wait till you see the Elder Wyrm. The Elder Wyrm loves inflicting status effects, and it had a lot of it at its disposal. Thanks to Sporefall. And honestly, the best way to approach it. Oh yeah, come to think of it too, he also has Fire Breath too, because Sporefall can also inflict oil, and Fire Breath can just one-shot any of your units one by one. But yeah, what I was going to get into just a second ago is the best way to go up against something like that is if you bring a lot of status healing items with you, particularly Echo Grass, or Echo Herb as they call it here, Echo Herb, Gold Needles, Antidotes, and Eye Drops. As well as the technique Horology, which also apparently removes slow, stop, and disable, I want to say. Which is nice. As far as what kind of party formation you should bring, definitely bring someone with status resistance if possible. I wouldn't recommend Shades of Black for too long, because the thing not only nullifies fire, apparently, but can also absorb water. Which I guess makes sense. It's supposed to be like a plant type dragon or something. I'm pretty sure Arrow will be the best spell for it. But again, because I'm using Shades of Black, whatever spell I get is pretty much random. So if you want to get lucky with Shades of Black, you can, but otherwise, if you're looking for certain spells, definitely, I think Arrow might be the best job for it. I wouldn't recommend any time management buffs like slow or stop, because obviously I think it's just simply because of boss immunity. Although haste is good. Haste could just at least help counteract the slow. More Marlboros here. I guess the good thing about having the Iron Fan is that since I can inflict disable on the enemies, then that basically means that I get plenty of free shots in there. Just double checking the map to make sure I know where I'm going. Alright, so some gargoyles here. In case you haven't seen them before, this is what they are. They drop demon eyeballs, which I guess if you rack up enough of them, they can make for some decent loot. This is a great Marlboro. Uses Cloy Breath to inflict many stats effects, just like this Marlboro Brethren. Of course, there's actually there will be King Marlboro somewhere down the line. It's actually weak to Holy. Which would be nice considering that you should have some holy weapons, or at least holy ammo, at that point. It's not going to be for a while, but still, it's always good to have strong elemental type coverage there for sure. Okay, so I believe we should already be... Yep, this is the room before the boss fight. So again, if you want to grind for a little bit, just step back outside from where you were before. There's a save crystal right there. You can always do that. I'm going to leave the rest of the boss fights without much commentary, because there's not a lot for me to say about this boss. It just takes me a long time to take him on. So let's see how well I do here.